like when people don't understand why you want to play golf, like
Yeah.
what other sport do you get this sort of environment? And I know this isn't golf for everyone. They don't all get the. Anyone can come here.
Well,
I
do
guess.
you know the
It's
beauty
free.
of this course is it's free.
Yeah.
Pay £1 if you want the scorecard,
Yeah.
but it's free and you can come out here, play as you wish. There's no one rushing you.
Yeah.
This is the dream golf scenario.
Incredible. It's relaxing, which
Yeah.
golf sometimes isn't. I've been so loyal to wooden tees
Yeah.
my whole life, and I'm just so sick of it now. They're breaking constantly,
Interesting.
and I've always had a real issue with these sort of tees. My
Wow.
mate Steve plays with them all the time.
Wow.
He used to do these with a yellow ball, which I'm sure is illegal in some countries, but I am now that guy, and it's actually the perfect height. Let's just go for it.
Really? I mean,
It's shameful.
Jamie Dornan, and you've like turned up today, you look great, you're so cool, and then you've pulled out the pink castle tee.
What are they called? Castle tees?
Yeah.
I didn't even know they had a name.
I understand, if you're breaking the wooden ones, I mean listen, strong guys like you can hit down on the driver and get away with it. I hit like 4 degrees up on my
Yeah.
driver, so they rarely break.
Yeah, but I remember playing with Rory and saying like, what is the one thing you're thinking of off the tee? Because he's just so far past you every time.
Yeah.
He's just like, hitting up on it, and I can't alter my swing enough for that, and I have the same swing for my irons and my driver and just like hope for the best.
Yeah.
But I think I end up hitting it down on it quite a lot, and I've often quite low trajectory off the tee.
Yeah.
Which works well in the summer, and it's not great if you have something to hit over often.
Shot. Safe. Very safe.
Yeah, I just didn't want to. I'll be gutted if I've lost this tee. Yeah, beautiful. Jeez, that's beautiful.
Go.
Have to say, but like, you know, the feeling there that we both got there of like striping a drive, it's incredible.
It's the
like
best.
It's hard. I don't know how you would ever begin to explain that feeling to people.
Yeah.
And you wish you could do that on every hole, but you obviously don't. But like, there's something very satisfying about it.
Obviously with your life, you know, living, I know you managed to maintain an element of privacy and huge respect for the way you do that, but you're in the public eye. What value does golf bring to your life?
Well, it's really good for like escapism. You know, when you're out in the golf course and nobody can get near you. Not like I'm not saying like I'm not Elvis. It's not like getting chased down the street all the time. But yeah, you can be out and about and be, I guess, having awareness that people are whispering or saying or building up to ask for a selfie or asking for a selfie, whatever it is. And you know, I'm pretty good about saying yes to all that unless I'm with my kids, and I have a rule of when I'm with my kids, I don't, you know, do any of that, which I think is fair.
Yeah.
And but on the golf course, there's none of that, and I just love that. I just love that feeling of just like you're out there for yourself and for the people you're playing with, and to have a good time and sort of forget about whatever stressful things are going on in your life. And sometimes you can't forget those, and you ultimately played rubbish that day because of that. But I love being given the opportunity to get away for a few hours and just try this maddening game.
Hey. Thank you very much.
Well done.
One putt, that feels very good.
There we go. Someone had to do that.
We were choosing putt.
It was definitely going to be you.
Something that we ask a lot of our guests, and I feel like it's a good question to ask because I want to know the answer, so selfish or not, but what impresses you about a person? You meet someone and you go, they really made an impression on me, and I'd like to see them again. What's that for you?
I think usually people who are at the very top of their game in any industry are really impressive people and often very nice people. Someone said to me once that like in my industry, like if you get to the top or you get very sort of get some notoriety, you just become an elevated version of who you were before. So if you were a bit of a prick at school and a bit of a prick at uni or a bit of a prick at drama school, wherever, you become like a gargantuan prick when success happens. And if you've always been a nice guy and treated people with respect and kindness, then that just becomes elevated.
Yeah.
So I believe that, you know, and I think most people that you meet who are like right up there, who are everyone, there's no one here, but who everyone knows their names, they tend to be really nice people.
Yeah.
And really accessible people and easy people. And maybe are they accessible and easy because you come from whatever position they're meeting you in is often some lofty circumstances, maybe. But I tend to have found over the last whatever years that most of those people are really nice, and it helps to be really nice and treat everyone in the crew, from whoever would be considered to be the bottom of the totem pole to the top, with the same respect. I'm not saying there's not versions that don't do that, and I've witnessed it, but very rarely do I witness that. So, you know, that's been cool. I've never had too many major issues with like sort of famous people that I've met. You know, they've usually been pretty good to me.
Yeah, I guess that's great to hear, because it dispels that myth of like the good ones don't.
Well, there's a
make
few
it.
in there ruining it clearly for everyone. And every job I do, you turn up and there's a whole actor on set. Oh, there's a whole like, and everyone starts behaving differently. I'm like, lads, what's this? Like, you don't, not for me. I don't want any of this.
Have you ever caught yourself starting to slip into that?
I hope not.
You know, I saw you giving your bag earlier to Finlay.
He was.
Oh, here goes. It's the movie star.
He was offering.
I'm only joking.
Back the tin up a bit, you know. No, Jesus, I hope not. No, I really hope not. It's just, truthfully, just not how I was brought up. My dad just had this saying, you treat the person who cleans the court the same way as you treat the judge. My dad was a very successful doctor and, you know, clinical director at the Royal Maternity for most of his career in Belfast, and I'd be walking around the wards with him and I'd see how he is to the janitor and see how he is to the other sort of consultants, and it was exactly the same, and that's what I learnt from, and I hope that I'm even a fraction of how my dad is like that. That's really important, I think, and I do think, again, there's exceptions to the rule, but yeah, usually there's a ruthlessness you need, I think, to get to the top, I think, and a determination and grit and all that sort of stuff, but also I do think it helps to be nice to people.
Yeah, I love that. I'm so glad you said that. Who would you like to play golf with that you've yet to play with?
Think of it like a dream 4-ball situation, Lee Trevino, because I think he just seems like great crack. Yeah. And is a legend of the game.
Totally.
Freddie Couples, because I want to see that swing live. Yeah. And see just how silky it is.
Steal a bit of that rhythm.
Yeah. And probably Annika Sorenstrom for just, you know, I want to just talk to her about the sort of dominance that she had in the game and what that must have been like.
I love that, yeah.
She's just a bit of a rock star, isn't she?
She is a total legend. What she achieved, will it ever be achieved again? Probably not.
Well, Nellie's heading that way.
Nellie Corda. All right, up and down, what are you saying?
Yeah, as I stand here, I feel like I actually might want to putt this. Okay. You would never putt this, but you're good. Could be the greatest birdie ever. Get it there.
Go on. Perfect pace.
Good pace.
Got this for the win, shall we say? Let's just make up the rules.
Oh,
Get
sit,
back.
Sit. Ooh.
Oh.
Well, I will give you that. So that's a half.
There's one question I just realised I forgot I really wanted to ask you, because I've heard you talk about it a couple of times and I just think it's so lovely, so I want to ask you it. But I heard that you knew you wanted to marry your wife, like from the moment you saw her. Yeah. What's that?
I don't know what that is. I can't explain what that is.
Yeah.
That is what happened to me. And my wife used to be an actress. Like before we met, she quit. She hated it, and she quit a couple of years even before we met in 2010. And I'd seen her once on an audition, so I knew who she was as an actor. And I'd seen her, and there's just something about her aura, I guess is the best way of saying it, that I was like, I just always felt that we'd have a connection if we met, and I basically fancied her. But then when we did meet in LA at a house party, I just did really know. Yeah. I don't know, love at first sight. I don't know. You have to work to find love, I think. But I had a very strong sense that I would spend my life with her when I met her. Yeah, it was a mad feeling. Right. I find a very comforting and satisfying feeling, I have to say. Because also it got off on a good start. It was good chat instantly, and I wouldn't be the most confident person talking to girls. And I've never initiated a conversation with a girl in my life. Certainly not one that I was pursuing in that kind of way. So for me, it was a comfort of like, oh, thank God I don't have to do this again.
That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. That will surprise a lot of people.
No, I went to uni and we used to play this game called Shy Guy. And I only did a year of uni studying marketing. It was ridiculous really now when I think about it. And it was Teesside University in Middlesbrough. And I used to play, I played a load of rugby. I was playing rugby. I played at uni and there's a guy called David Brown, really cool guy, who used to play with a fro comb in his afro. It was
Love it.
So cool. Now and again he'd drop
cool.
it and we'd hand it back to him. And we used to play this game called Shy Guy. And Brownie would go up to girls and say, listen, this is how the game worked. Say, look, my friend really likes you, but he's very shy. And he was wondering if you'd be up for talking to him or whatever. And they'd sort of look over and I'd sort of go, hey. And one night, there were these two identical twins that went to Teesside Uni. Don't remember their names, really. But they were very identical looking. And I sort of fancied both of them, I guess. Fancy one of them. And we were in some sort of awful nightclub in Middlesbrough. Brownie was like, should we play Shy Guy? And I said, yeah, sure. He goes, I know you're not going to talk to him. I said, yeah, no, that's the only way we can do it. Okay, let's play Shy Guy. And he said, who do you like? I said, I like the twins. And Bernie went up and I haven't seen this guy since those days, by the way. I'd love, if you're watching this, Bernie, get in touch.
Bernie.
He was a really good lad. And he went up to the first twin and said, oh, listen, my friend's a bit shy. He's sat over there. And she was like, who is this one? Would you be up for talking? And I just watched her look over and go, and I was like, Jesus, and he came over and said, no dice. So okay, fine. Is the other one here? And she said, yeah, she is. And she was over there. And she was wearing a green. I remember she was wearing like a bright green like vest, like a primary green vest. And her sister obviously said no, and he went up to her and said, look, my friend's quite shy. Wondering if you got him talking. And she went,
no!
It was just this double rejection.
Disaster.
I got on the same night. I don't think I've ever played Shy Guy again, and as a result, like, confidence shattered. So I was never good at it. So when I met my wife and someone sort of introduced me to her, so we were sort of forced into a conversation rather than me having to initiate. That worked well for me, and yeah, delighted I never have to do it again.
You found the girl of your dreams.
Yep.
And you've managed to hang on to her.
So far, yeah.
Yeah, so far.
Yeah.
Well, Jamie, listen, we wish you all the best with what's to come in your
Thank
career.
you.
It's been so fun to spend time with you today.
Yeah,
it really
great.
has.
Love
Just great company. And you're just a normal guy. You're not this
I hope so.
superstar. You're just a cool, grounded guy. And here's to many more years of happy golf for you.
Cheers, thanks,
Cheers.
Iona, I appreciate
Thanks
it.
so much.
Cheers. Sláinte. Just a dribble there really left for
Thanks
me.
for faking that drink. I appreciate it.